We are going to discuss about water spirit children and our relationships. Water spirit children and our marriages or relationships. So, once upon a time, a woman called me and then asked me, King Cobra, the water spirit Messiah, I've heard so many things. People are saying if you are a water child, you can't get married. And if you are married, there will be no happiness in the marriage. I took my time and then explained everything to this woman. And at the end of the conversation, she was well pleased with the explanation. So I know that there are among you water spirit children bordering or have the same problems. So this moment, I am here to share the mysteries, relationships, or the secret about water spirit marriages and then relationships. Now, when we say a water child, who is a water child in the first place? Water child is someone whom his or her soul has in connection with a water spirit. So therefore, anytime you had a dream, you always found yourself in waters. And if it is not a water, it's related to any animal that has in connection with water. For example, snakes. Snakes love a cold place, water place, waterlogged. Crocodiles. Crocodiles loved a very cold place, especially the pools, the ponds. Crocodiles prefer such places. Hippopotamus. Hippopotamus, we have bush hippopotamus, and then we have water hippopotamus, and we have water buffaloes, and then we have the land buffaloes. We have the tortoise of the land, and then we have the tortoise in the waters. So, beloved, these things that I just mentioned, if you're a kind of a person, and then you always see yourself in that position, it means you are water child. And there are so many signs around your body that I think I can't share out here in this very moment. That might be a different topic. Now, if you are a water child, you can marry and marry and marry and marry and marry again. And I repeat that again. If you're a water child, you can marry and then have relationship. If someone tells you that if you're a water child, you can't marry or you can't have no relationship with a man or a woman, it's never true. It's a lie. Why am I saying this? When it comes to relationships, water spirit children are the most favorite ones. Are you looking for a marriage or you want someone to marry? Then you want to go for water spirit children. Water spirit children know how to cook, they know how to handle money, they know how to keep the home clean, and they are very peaceful. But don't take them for granted. Now, if you're a water child, you can marry and marry again. The reason why most of you water spirit children, you are experiencing a terrible marriages, a terrible relationships is because when you are going to marry, you are supposed to pray, you are supposed to chant, you are supposed to ask or do what we call divination before you can move into that marriage. There are certain families, that family is controlled by a certain spirit, and that spirit had cursed the family that they are not supposed to marry because their ancestors went for a certain deity or a god, and then brought it into the family. And then they made a covenant that if you were a woman, you can't have a marriage or you can't have a husband. If you were a man, you can mingle with a woman, but you can't give birth. So all the time, challenges takes place in such a marriage. So at the end of the day, you people will be going around accusing water spirit. The water spirit is the cause of those nonsense. No, please. We have so many elements. Each an element and how they control their children. Why is it everybody is talking about water children, everyday water spirit children, everyday water children, everyday water child? No. We have people whom are connected to the earth as well. We have a people whom are connected to the air as well. We have a people who are connected to the spirit of fire. But this moment, I'm going to discuss about water spirit children. If you're a water child and you want to have a stable relationship, make sure before you move into that relationship, you must do divination. You must do what we call inquirer. Means asking who that man is, who that lady is. Does she have a family curses? Has she been cursed? Is she a cursed one that I'm moving into, have a relationship with? You must do all those kind of investigation. After you are done with your physical, spiritual investigation, you must go through physical examination as well, because he might have baby mama somewhere. He might have so many children somewhere without your knowledge. He might have a bad record in the community. He might have evil cases against him, which in the near future is going to affect you, the woman. So if you don't check all of this, even sometimes they even have a sexual weakness. Imagine you are moving into a relationship. You already fall in love with a man or a woman, and then one of you have sexual infections. Have sexual infections. So in this case, both of you have already loved each other. What are you expecting that relationship to be? It's going to be a fight. It's going to be cheating. It's going to be disrespectful. It's going to be disappointment, because I thought you were a complete woman. I thought you were a complete man. But at the end of the day, after we got married, after we make a vow with each other that we're going to marry, we're going to love each other and blah, blah, blah. And then when we go into the bedroom, everything is different. As a water child, you have to be wise and then intelligent. You can't just go in and fall in love with anyone else. You can't go around and mingle around with men and women, because there are some evil forces. They always depend on water spirit children to survive. That is why we, the water spirit children, we always have a sympathy for the humans. We have a care and passion, because water loves everyone. So people take water spirit children for granted. So the same way in relationship, water spirit children we loved very hard. But at the end of the day, disappointment comes. But what is the causes of the disappointment? The causes of the disappointment is because you want to submit your relationship into the hands of the spirit. There was once a lady, any man who comes on her way, they disappoint her. And I told her, look, princess or a queen, anytime a man comes into your life, tell him that you are a water child, you are a goddess in flesh. If he truly loves you, he must hold your hands, go to the sea, and then make a promise, make a vow that he will never disappoint you. She followed my words. When she go and inform the guy said, nope, I will never do this. Now, why is the guy saying that he will never do that? Because he had evil intention in the near future. He is coming to play and then run away. Some men are so wicked to the extent that they can love you and possess your heart, surprise you, do anything a man would do for a woman, and then break your heart after the 3 months. They don't care. All that they want is your body. Some men will even act like they want to kill themselves for you, but it's based on one thing. They just want your body. Within 3 months, within 6 months, he got what he wants. But if that relationship is based on a spirit, it was submitted to a spirit, the disappointment will never come. Because anytime you commit your marriage and your relationship into the hands of the spirit, it gives so many benefits. One, it brings peace into the relationship, because anytime there's evil forces want to interfere into the marriage to create confusion, the spirit will block them, will block that negative energy. Anytime one of you want to cheat, feel like cheating, spirit of remembrance will always remind one another that I made a vow to this person. I will never do anything to hurt her. It brings stability and trust in the marriage or in the relationship. Because since you have a covenant with your partner, wherever your partner goes, you don't care. If he cheats, you knew in your heart that if he cheats, he will be punished. She will be punished. Therefore, you don't even bother, because you left everything to the spirit. You committed the marriage and the relationship to the spirit. So what is your problem? So, beloved, if you were a water child and you want to have a good relationship, you want to marry as a water child, commit your relationship into the hands of the spirit. Commit your relationship into the hands of great mother of the waters. If any man comes into your life, quickly run to your spiritual father to perform or go through what we call divination, to scan both the man and then the woman. If both of you are compatible, then you are good to go. But nowadays, you people, because of fleshy lust, spirit of lust, and spirit of fornication, you don't even care. You just go ahead because you want to have fun. You want to have fun. You can't just go ahead. You just can't go and then sleep with any woman around. Any intimacy you had with someone, you have made a spiritual covenant with the person. And for those of you men who go around chasing after Olosho, you know Olosho? When we say Olosho, it's a Nigerian language, means street girls. For those of you guys chasing after street girls, be careful. There are some street girls, they possess negative energy. I'm not saying all of them, but many of them possess negative spirits. So if you're a man and you're a water child and you are watching me, be careful how you play games, because they just want your semen. They just want your milk. That cucumber in between your leg, there's a milk, special milk that comes out of it. The demons, they just want that milk to do spiritual investment. I'm going to conclude here. If you're a water child and you are watching me, don't let nobody deceive you that you can't marry. As a water child, you can marry and marry and marry. You can be with a man and you can be with a woman. I'm going to conclude here. This is the great King Kruba Maharaj, the water spirit Messiah. Share these videos for me and your life will never be the same. I'm going to conclude here. My number is +233 54364780. I'm going to conclude here. This is a great King Kruba Maharaj, the water spirit Messiah. Jai Maharaj. Shalom Alaikum.